So where we left off, you guys had just had a battle with some skeletal horsemen on the bridge. And on top of that, right off the back of that, some large... Oh, there's an issue with the map. 1 second. Have to turn it off and back on. There we go. And then some, dire wolves had set about you guys as well. You had vanquished the skeletal horsemen. You had vanquished the majority of the dire wolves, and one large alpha dire wolf that observed the whole thing at the end of the fight just kind of gave you a very intelligent, subtle nod, and then slunk back off into the forest. You are somewhat busted up, hurt, injured, and Irina had told you that it's not that far from here to get to a Vistani camp where you guys could possibly rest up at the Tesser Pool. So, you are going to continue along the old Svalik road until you get to basically a sign that kind of points up a hill that leads you to that encampment. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, first I'm going to take out my healer's kit and look around everybody to see who's really... I mean, I know Whiskey was downed, he stabilized, and then was healed a little bit, right? By Trip? If I recall.
Whiskey stabilized himself because he's a genius.
Yeah, Whiskey...
Right, okay. Yeah,
Hi.
And then
Irina took a look at Whiskey,
took a look at him, yeah.
but the most she could have done was stabilize him, and he'd already stabilized, so she wasn't really able to do anything extra.
And she was beat up, so I dropped a heal on her after the one that I had already dropped on.
Whiskey is basically hobbling around on a hit point.
Yes.
Okay. So I am going to use my healer's kit on myself and use the new feat I got with the level.
Okay. So you have a healer's kit?
I do. I've had one this entire time.
Yeah, he's been holding on to it.
What the hell? So I
What
purchased one?
Where did you get a healer's kit?
I was in my starters group. I've always had it. I've never...
Interesting. Okay.
Just making it up.
I've always had it.
Yeah,
We
totally.
almost sold it.
I mentioned it when Gemma bought one for 50 gold. I made fun of her, and I said,
I knew that Gemma had one, but I didn't know you
Gemma
had
bought
one.
But yeah, we chastise her for it because Seth carries one because he gets the shit kicked out of him all the time.
He likes his own SpongeBob Band-Aids, just in case he gets hurt. He doesn't want
I
regular.
don't have much in my arsenal, but I do have a healer's kit, and I think a deflated ball or some trophy or something odd. I don't know. But anyway,
Okay.
I get to heal. Use the use of it.
So you haven't used it yet, so you still have all 10 uses, right?
I have 9 uses of it. Actually, I used it once.
Okay.
Before the show. Yeah. So
then use away, sir.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Who's that for?
You're like the
For
survival
myself,
healer in
because
the
I'm
Not for whiskey.
Darn.
okay. So I am still pretty hurt, but that's what I can do. And I'm gonna look around and be like, anyone else? No.
I am perfectly fine. I didn't get hit once because I went on the boulder.
Yeah, you're gonna see Trip there just kind of shrug and be like, I mean, as good as I was gonna be from that. I'm not looking well.
Oh, well then I'll do you too. We probably need to delegate these and move it forward, though.
Right.
Oh,
Nice.
There you go.
All right.
Suddenly I am almost fine.
Irina appears to be a little injured, but not badly, and she certainly isn't going to announce herself as such.
She's too proud.
So, I mean, she did get some healing, so...
Yeah.
You know, she's lived in a downtrodden, unpleasant place for a long time. She knows that bumps and scrapes and stuff are just part of the course. It happens, so...
Right.
Okay. So I'm gonna put it away and be like, for another rainy day, I guess.
Did anyone notice the wolf, the back of the pack, doing the nod.
Yeah.
Do you believe that wolf might be a lycanthrope or some kind of intelligent human type?
Uh,
I'm
From
curious.
what I've heard, I would assume, probably.
That would be quite a stretch if that were true. That it's, from what I've read, it's extremely rare.
I believe we've run into quite some rare things in this land, so I wouldn't put it past.
We might just be in a rare land.
Right. Well, I would have loved to have chatted with that creature. Disappeared, though.
Didn't really seem like the chatty type.
Yeah, like generally when you have to refer to someone as that, probably not the best conversation partner.
Shall we go to the camp now?
Oh, yes, let's
Yes.
hurry along. It's getting darker, and I don't want to see. what comes
I
out
mean,
of
the
my
camp
house.
is still quite away from here. But if you haul proverbial butt, because you left out that morning, right? And this was kind of afternoon
Yeah,
when this has
I
kind of
believe so.
happened. So that's what she was saying, is if you really haul ash, you might be able to get there before nighttime to the
Yeah.
camp.
That's what we're doing.
Okay. Alrighty. Okie dokie. By the time you get to here, once again you can hear the flowing of water, and you can see the crystal clear waters of the river kind of like flowing down past you to your right. The water here seems a little faster than it was down by the bridge. Not a whole lot, but just a little. But then you're also getting kind of closer towards the mountains and where it originates, and the elevation is higher, so obviously there's more flow to it here, which would make some sense. Get you to here. And make another little dicey roll. Okay. As you walk along the old Sphalic Road, as I said, there's a lot of forest to your left. To the right, it has been a little bit more sparse, more like large crops of trees that span over acres, but with some clear kind of defined gaps in them, like between the trees where you saw the river back further back. But let's have everybody give me a perception check, please.
Perception.
I'd
Okay.
also like to announce I went up a little bit. My passive perception is now 21.
Your passive is
nice.
21? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Shush.
From observant. I get a 5 to it.
Hella paying attention.
It's way up there. Alrighty.
Regular roll.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't need to roll, really, but but you can choose to roll, by all means. Okay. So, Douglas, Douglas, Gemma, and Trip. You are all aware that there are periodically in the large forest to your left, you keep seeing little glimpses of brief lights. They kind of like come up in small little clusters of 3, 4, or 5. And they appear they appear momentarily and then fade away almost instantaneously. Like they're only visible for the briefest of seconds. And they're not right near the edge of the tree line, but they're probably some 4 or 5 yards back. As dense as these forests are, though, you couldn't probably see them if they were much further back than that.
I'm gonna approach Irina and say, Are these the lights which you spoke of earlier?
She doesn't seem to have paid any attention to the fact that they're there.
Okay.
She says, "If you have seen them, keep your eyes firmly on the road. Don't let your eyes wander to the trees."
Mm.
But they look like that, though.
Okay, if you do that, and you kind of point, she will kind of initially, as if she's going to slap your hand, but then as an instinct, right before she hits it, she's and she just cups your hand and pushes it down, and she says, "It is best if we do not bring attention to the fact that we know they are there.
Oh.
Let us just go about our way quickly and avoid them altogether. Nothing good can come of following lights into the forest."
Hey, you heard her, kids. Don't look at the lights.
I don't trust myself, so I'll be using my hands until necessary, that I can take them away.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll
you
be
could-
following suit.
I'm gonna
You could
walk
just
like
look to
this.
Gemma, you could just look at the ground.
I'm just gonna walk like this.
I'm an adult, so I don't need any help. I can just not look at things when I'm told not to.
Yeah, it's kids that don't tend to do that.
Yeah, I have all
Don't
the
tell them
self-control
not
in
to
the
do
world.
it. Now they're gonna do it.
I pay taxes. I know how to follow the rules.
You got a god complex mage and a bard. They need the help.
Yeah.
Alrighty. As you continue along the road, trying your best to avoid the lights, you have come to a junction. You can see an old, dilapidated signpost up ahead, and on the other side of the road, kind of nestled against a cliff, appears to be a rather out-of-place looking gallows.
Do we go down this road?
She says, "Yes, it would be to the north."
What's that there for? And I'm pointing at the gallows there.
She says, "I am sure at some point it was there to show or act a demonstration or an example to people in the past. Perhaps not to cross the rightful ruler of this land."
Does it look pretty old and worn down, like it's not seen use in a while?
It's old for sure, but it still looks pretty sturdy. Alright, where you are, Mr. Seth, you can kind of see that there is a signpost right next to you. It points to the village of Barovia to the east, the Tserpool to the northwest, and Valaki to the southwest. The old wooden gallows is kind of creaking in the chill air. There's still a frayed length of rope hanging down to a loose noose from the main beam. Now you're a little closer. And the well-worn road, as I said, you kind of see it splits. It doesn't seem to have had any very recent traffic, although there are quite a few deep cart ruts going in the northern direction.
Arena. How far is is Valaki from here, from this signpost?
It would still be a day or two to get to Valaki from here.
So you want us to go north to go to the camp, right? To rest.
It is up to you, but if we continue on this southwest road, we can expect no more chances of respite or rest until we find Valaki. It's the Vistani camp to the north is considerably closer, and with the shape that many of us are in, perhaps a good night's rest might not be a terrible idea.
I'm gonna look back at the family, then to my left at Trip. Yeah, I agree.
Do we have to sleep next to the gallows? Because I would not like to.
No, it is far to the north. It will be the northern road. You can kind of see does go kind of like snakes kind of upwards around the side of the cliff and stuff. So, whereas the northern road kind of heads up, the southwestern road starts to turn more southwest a little bit ahead, and it kind of like starts to dip down in amongst all the trees and kind of down and works its way round through the forest.
Well, Doug, what
do you think, guys?
Thought we were hustling along just so we could make it before night to the camp, so that we don't die.
Yes, let's get to the camp. I think that's the best plan. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, I will refer to the rules that we've been given. We need to respect them, use their customs, What else, Irina?
Oh, is there a specific thing we should look out to not do?
Probably pull out weapons is my guess.
Well, yeah, that's general.
She'll kind of just look at you and say, as I said before, the Vasarni are a very proud people that dwell on a lot of ceremony. If you talk to them about the 3 Vestani back in the village of Barovia that ran the Blood of the Vine Tavern, remember they are mortu and considered to be outcasts. Right, when you guys are all there, are the rest of you deliberately staying that far back, or are you just not moving your tokens?
No, I was just listening. And
Oh, okay, cool. All right,
Sorry.
let's see. I would like each one of you, please, to roll the percentage dice.
Percentage, okay.
Yeah. Because,
Warhammer's on Thursday, Gore.
Ooh.
let's
Hopefully
see
high
who
is
can.
good.
Let's see who gets the lowest roll out of the 5 of you.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
here we go.
Trip, baby.
Not me.
Ooh,
It's
Chris.
done.
Hmm.
Do I want that?
No. Okay.
Oh, great. Cool.
As you guys continue to kind of rear the corner and start to go up the hill, Douglas, you've noticed something.
Mhm.
A few seconds ago, when you were looking at the gallows, it was empty. However, now everybody can see what appears to be a lifeless gray body that is kind of like just flowing in the breeze. It definitely was not there before. Douglas, it's you.
Oh, dead.
Now,
dead.
only
Everyone just-
Douglas is aware that it is Douglas. The rest of you see a lifeless
okay.
gray body.
Okay.
Okay.
But Douglas, it is you. It looks just like you.
Okay.
As if you were dead and decomposing.
Everybody just kids, if you just want to look away and just keep walking, and I'm kind of just put my body in front of everyone because I don't know that they don't know it's me, so I'm just trying to like
Right.
block them from seeing me while being
Um,
physically like upset. I'm just,
As the
everyone,
wind
it's okay,
blows,
it's okay.
as the kind of
Whoa.
wind blows, you hear a creak of the gallows as the corpse seems to be like conveniently rotated by the wind to like almost as if it's turning and moving with you. Surely it's just a pure
Dad, I
coincidence.
think maybe we have entered some kind of
Yep.
magical ward or something that has made
Yep.
this gray man appear before us.
Mhm, yeah, he's yep. Anyway,
Who do you think that is?
It's nobody. Just keep walking. Don't look. And I'm just cover Gemma's eyes, like, sweetheart, I don't want
Dad.
to see it. Just keep keep going.
I'm trying to study the magical properties of this area.
Please just keep going. And I'm just dropping down on my knees and I'm starting to get visibly ill. Like I'm just like about to like heave. I'm like, if you could just
Okay,
keep.
Irina
keep
is
going.
kind of like looking at you and she says,
Mm.
for one so stout, it is surprising that he has such a weak stomach.
Well, you would be too if you just saw a ghost appear. So if you just
Well, that's
swing the.
brother. That's not a goat. That's not
Just-
a ghost. That's just
No.
a hanging.
Of
But-
course, it's
Random
not a
guy.
ghost.
Perhaps
It's-
that body was there before and we just did not notice it.
Yeah. Oh, don't approach, please. Don't. Children, please.
What do you think?
It would appear that your words have gone unheeded as your
Oh,
youngest
no.
two have indeed approached.
Yeah.
Wait a second, Dad.
Octavius would be going over there and unsheathing his rapier to cut the body down.
Can you
Oh,
reach
boy.
up?
I'm sorry. Did I not jump kill a vampire? So yeah, I
Well,
think I
was
can
down.
get
I
up
didn't
there.
See that.
So
didn't
I was
see
going to
that.
say, yes, it will require you to either take a good, hefty running jump, or you could easily scrabble up the side of the gallows if you wish.
Okay, yeah, that's. I think I would just get over to the side.
Yeah, I mean,
Do
you
a
can kind
little-
of, you're like right there at his feet, but
Yeah,
okay.
I would want to cut him down.
I'm gonna stumble back kind of into Seth a little bit, just like.
Yeah, I'm supporting you. I'm holding you up. Like,
Are you seeing this? Do you see what he looks like?
he,
Did I not launch
he
the...
looks like a corpse. I don't, what are you talking
No.
about?
No, his face, Seth. Look at his face.
I look up and at the face. It's nothing recognizable, right? Nothing familiar or anything. And of course, fixing something.
I am fixing something. I forgot to reset the Streamlabs session. There we go. Okay, sorry.
So Douglas asked me to look at the face and of the corpse, and it's nothing familiar, right? It's just a guy.
It's just a graying, decomposing body. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Octavius Hexalante. Your what is your passive athletics?
Not the best. I'm not too strong. Athletics is a +1.
So what's your passive total?
I don't know.
I should say whatever's in the on the character sheet. It'll be the blue column.
I'm sorry. Let's see. On the core.
Yeah, core stats.
Yeah.
Under skills.
No, under skills, second tab, and where you have all your skills. You'll
Oh,
have
I see. I'm sorry. 11.
11. Okay. It's not an easy climb for you, but it is a very doable climb. Fortunately, this thing is kind of old and a little rickety, and there are plenty of places where you can kind of like struggle to get a purchase, but you can kind of get up there and reach over and okay, and start to saw your way through the rope. The rope does appear to be surprisingly sturdy considering its age, but it is definitely it's giving way.
Okay.
Okay.
Douglas, I don't see. He just looks like a guy.
No, you don't understand. It looks like me. Don't you see that?
What? No, that's
Don't-
not.
Don't
That's
tell
impossible.
Don't say it too loud. I don't want the kids to get freaked
What was
out.
that?
It's okay, honey. Just keep looking at the body.
Uncle said farted. It's nothing.
Go look at the body, kids.
Just you don't
Doug.
see that. It looks
No.
just like me. Good.
No, maybe you're stressed and you're seeing things. I mean,
I'm Seth. I'm looking right at him. Looks just like me. Something. Maybe this is a warning to me. And oh,
Whoa.
all right. Oh, we don't want to get him so close.
Right,
Hop down.
yeah, basically, all of a sudden, your dead corpse just goes and collapses in a crumbled pile at the ground as the rope gives out.
as that happens and both of my children stand over my dead body, I am also going to faint into Seth's arms.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, it's too much. Seth
Whoa,
can't
whoa.
take the sight of him.
Dad, are you okay?
I'm gonna gently put Douglas down and say, "Whiskey, lick face, go. Comfort him."
Is he poisoned? Was he poisoned?
He might be. Check his pulse.
Did anybody heal Whiskey?
No.
No.
Then Whiskey is not doing a darn thing. Whiskey is limping along, and he just kind of like looks. He'll just turn and look at Doug, and just kind of go, and then like just slump down to the floor.
I'm just in Seth's arms, just.
Okay, Irina
I
kind of
put you
comes
down.
over. You see her like
Yeah.
take off her pack and starts rumbling around,
Do something.
rummaging around inside, and then she pulls out a small bottle.
Seth, Uncle, do something. Wait,
No,
Dad, he's passed out. He
No,
I'm gonna
Doug,
shake
just
maybe dehydrated. Put
He
some
sticks
water
it
in his
under
mouth.
his nose and starts to wave it. And all of a
I
sudden,
fan Douglas's face.
all of a
as that's
sudden,
happening.
Douglas is like, as a
What
very vile, acrid-smelling substance and kind of like bursts up into your nostrils. He
Oh,
takes it and
God.
pops the cap back on and puts it in
Oh.
her bag and puts it back
What
on.
happened? What
Bro,
happened? I had a dream.
you're okay. No,
fainted.
you, yeah. What Arena said, you fainted. It's okay. Really.
Is it gone? Body?
Well,
It's just a dream.
no, just look at me and your kids.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, my sweet babies. Reach out.
Look into my eyes.
Oh, Gemma. Oh, my sweet, beautiful girl.
Around the, not around the eyes.
Hey, it's okay. Your daddy's all right. It's all right. I just had a little spell there. It's okay. It's gonna be just fine. You're never ever gonna have to worry about my body collapsing. Ever. Don't worry. I'm okay, and I'm gonna start trying to get up a little bit and just recover.
Don't-
No.
Do you need help?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Your father is very safe and healthy, and nothing bad will happen to me. Let's just all keep going. Huh? How about that? Can we just?
I'm gonna help you get up as you are trying,
Okay.
as much as you
Oh,
allow me to.
I'm going to accept your help. Yeah, but I don't want the kids to think I'm too weak. So.
Yeah. If you look at me closely, you see my biceps.
Dad's
like,
gonna look.
flexing, you know,
Dad's gonna
but
look
I-
macho to the kids, but
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to hide that I'm helping you as much as possible, kind of like looking elsewhere, as
Yeah,
I'm lifting you up.
I'm okay. Let's just keep going, everybody. Just straight ahead, please. Let's just leave this guy to rest. Okay.
Yes, this anonymous stranger we
Absolutely.
don't know anything about. Yes.
Absolutely. Yep. Mm-hmm. Everyone okay?
After
Okay.
you stand
Yeah.
up, I'm gonna body block the body from Douglas, kind of get
Okay.
on the other side, and be like, "We're gonna go that way," and my big, fat, meaty arm is gonna point in the
That's
direction.
fine.
north.
I don't want to look, so I'm good with that. It's like, and I'm just gonna keep traipsing forward.
alrighty.
It's just unfortunate I drained of my energy, or else I could check out the magical properties in this
I don't-
area. I'm
I
just
don't
really
think-
upset about it.
I don't think we need to check every magical dead body. It's not a big deal.
I'm just gonna grab onto your arm anyway.
Yeah,
And
I'll flank the
walk.
other side. We're gonna like basically walk over it.
I hate it, but deep down, Dougie loves it. Haven't held my hand in a long time. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty nice.
2 children. At
But I'm
once.
convincing myself that it's for your benefit that we're doing this, not the other way around. I got you. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I gotcha.
So I'm actually gonna start lagging behind as everyone walks northwards.
Okay. Then everybody show me where you are in relation to where he is. Because he wants to deliberately stay back, so...
A bit further then.
So
Roll it.
when they get
Whiskey's hobbling behind.
a decent step ahead, although I assume Octavius is okay, maybe
Yep.
Arena too. I'm just gonna run over to the body and stomp the skull
Okay.
as hard as I can to shut.
It
Oh,
breaks
shit.
very easily under your big, heavy hobnail boot. It just crushes almost to powder.
And then I'm gonna
Jeez.
sprint back to everyone and be like, "Come in!"
Okay.
I'm like wobble running over to you guys.
Quick act of violence.
Yep. It's kind of weird. You sort of had a bit of a headache start to come on, Doug.
I do?
Mm.
Okay.
Just a mild headache. Nothing debilitating. Just, just randomly, boom, there it is. Oh.
Yeah, no, those come on sometimes in my old age. Nothing to worry about. Certainly nothing to do with that body back there.
Yeah, nothing at all.
Just keep on moving.
Keep on trucking.
A mild wood headache.
Good one.
Guinea.
Thank you. Kenny did that. It's great.
Mild wood headache, yes indeed.
I love it.
Alrighty, let me find you guys again.
Yeah, every time you go to this map, I go to like the upper right left corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
same.
gotta scroll.
Yeah, it's just every time you relaunch it, it kind of
Yeah.
does that.
I am curious
There
what
we are.
these rods, is that like a mountain or a hill?
Yeah, that's the cliff edge.
It's
Yeah.
a cliff edge, okay.
Yeah.
So those are elevations.
The terrain.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
Got it, okay.
All right, you
That's
can
cool.
continue. It kind of like cuts back into the trees as it slowly but surely winds its way up the hill. By the time it's starting to get dark, you've kind of come out to what appears to be a small lake to your right. Past the lake, on the bank, kind of to the north of you, you can see a cluster of tents and carts and a large group of horses, flickering lights, and you can hear the faint sounds of music and revelry coming from that direction.
Now, I would like to remind people what happened the last time we ran into a group like this, which, there was a lot of lying and deceit, and we ended up well here. So, gird your loins.
Gird your loins. If you say so.
Okay. Irina will kind of like point almost obviously, and she says, "That would be their camp. I've never felt comfortable around them for any length of time, but under the circumstances, I feel like we will endure their presence for as long as it takes us to rest. Not to mention, you seem to have bolstered an interest in Madame Eva."
Yes, well, we need to speak with her. Everybody just play nice and we'll have a little chat.
Alrighty. Let's see what I have here. What is this? There we go. Okay. And I want my campfire. Alrighty. You start to get closer and closer to the encampment itself. There are quite a few individuals that you can see kind of like silhouetted all in and around a very large campfire near the center of the camp. Some are dancing, some are just drinking, some are just laughing and cheering along. Couple of them are playing music, and all in all, they seem to be in very high spirits.
What is the most respectable way to approach?
Just to make sure that we make our presence known before we get too close to the camp.
Alright, so as I did last time, then I'll pull my lute out and start playing along to what I hear.
Okay.
I was
Nice.
gonna suggest banging some pots and pans, but yeah, no, that's good too. I like that too.
Okay, let me go ahead and swap maps. This is going to be an interesting one to do. Because of how Roll20 is going to do it. Okay. Let's going to be one of those reverse ones where if I get a lot closer, I can actually get further zoomed in. All right. Let me move you guys over here. And there is dynamic lighting enabled on this map because it is dark. All right. You can see what you can kind of see ahead of you, which would be tents and wagons and groups of people around the fire. Drinking from the lake, you can see, you know, as I said, a group of large draft horses. The deep ruts in the earth that kind of led up to this are evidence of the coming and going of all these large wagons. And like the canopy of mists that you've been walking through and branches kind of give way to black, dark clouds overhead. As I said, they are kind of like in a very large clearing next to the river and a small lake. The lake itself is probably several hundred feet across. It's not huge. There are 5 colorful round tents. Each tent is probably about no more than maybe 10 feet in diameter, and are pitched outside a ring of 4 of the very colorful barrel-top wagons that you saw before. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake. Its sagging form is kind of like lit from within. Near this tent, you can see, as I said, there's kind of like the unbridled draft horses are all just drinking there. They're not staked into the ground. They're not tethered in any way. They just seem to be sitting there calmly and loosely drinking their fill. The strains of the kind of darkness of the skies are kind of contrasted to the joyful singing of the several very brightly clad figures around the large bonfire. The footpath continues beyond the camp, and it kind of meanders north between the river and the forest edge. What do you guys want to do as you're approaching? I know that Trip is playing his lute, or
Yep.
which will kind of give them some indication that somebody's coming. Does anybody want to
Tambourine I
make
can
any
borrow,
kind
Trip?
of action, or you just want to kind of stroll up there? I mean, you show me with your tokens what you guys are doing.
I'm gonna kind of happily clap along, like just
Okay,
like,
so just raise the volume level a little.
very just like we're joining in with their little.
Okay.
La 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 la.
Very good, very good. There you go. And I'm just gonna start walking up,
All right.
kind of
Yeah,
letting Trip
I'm not
lead the way
clapping.
though with the
Yeah.
instrument, if possible.
Yeah, I'll lead
If you're
up.
comfortable with that, okay.
Yeah, I'm just walking. I'm not making any noise.
Easiest way to looks
Just very friendly, just showing my hands empty, clapping some more.
Okay.
I think this is the best gap to walk through here. So.
Sure.
All right. By the time you've kind of gotten to this point, they have not stopped playing, but several of them have kind of like turned to watch you approach.
I'll go out here into the light and kind of give like a bow, continuing to play, as if to lead the procession of Mildwoods.
The procession of
wave.
Mildwoods.
Just
Like,
waving
let them-
nicely.
let them pass me so they can all be in the light, very clear for them.
Come
to
on,
see.
everyone. Look,
So that
look
no
happy
one's,
and friendly.
Okay.
Hard, tall order, but I'll try.
Okay, at this point, one of them kind of like just strolls up towards you with a big grin on his face and says, "Greetings on this excellent night. I trust you come here bringing friendship and goodwill, because that is all you will find here at our camp."
Oh, that's great news. That's exactly what we brought.
Then please,
Is that
as
right?
long as you come in friendship, be treated as friends. Come, gather around our fire with us and my kin.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Come on, everyone.
Glancing over the crowd, are any of them recognizable?
It
That's
doesn't
the first
look
clue.
like it.
Okay. As long as that's
They
the
kind
case,
of like
I'm
make
fine.
they kind of make a few moves to kind of like make room for you guys to kind of get nestled in closer to the fire. As soon as you get kind of close, this kind of a vibrantly, one of them with a vibrant colored hair kind of smiles at you, and she says, "The night is cold, the fire is warm. Get closer. Warm yourselves. Warm your bones against our fire."
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. With that, this one here, kind of like wearing like a red tunic with a big puffy white shirt, comes over and hands a bottle of some probably warming adult beverage, and thrusts it in the direction of Seth.
Thank you. I'm gonna look around. Do I see cups anywhere?
No, they're basically swigging it out of the bottles and sharing it. It's swig, pass.
That's exactly what I do.
And there's 2 or 3 bottles that are actually kind of like going around, so it's not just the one.
Okay, yeah. So I immediately take a couple swigs and hand it just out of instinct over to Trip because he's my drinking buddy. So there, Trip. There you go.
I'll take the bottle, take a sip, pass it, so I can get back to the song because I love the sound of music so much. They just do so much in so little time.
Do you pass it to Octavius?
I'm gonna get right in and intercept it.
Octavius got close. Octavius already has my wineskin, so he can probably just sneak a couple sips here and there.
A little nip if I want it.
I'll just take that. Thank you. There we go. It's right over his head. And I'll take a swig and
Right over his
Irina's come to the camp, and she's kind of like sitting down by the side of the tent a little further back,
Okay.
and she's kind of like gently just petting Whiskey.
Okay. I'm gonna offer it to her behind me and see if she wants
she just like
Oh,
kind of like
okay.
waves. I'm good.
There you go. Then I'm gonna hand it off to the next person next to me.
At that point, you see a large crack of lightning, kind of like in the distance over one of the mountain ranges, and with that, one of the Vistani says, "Ha! In times past, that would have been a different sound." And one of them kind of like smiles and laughs. And at that point, he says, "Do you recall? A mighty wizard came to this land over a year ago. I remember him like it was yesterday." And a couple of the others are like, kind of nodding along. And he kind of like looks at Seth and Octavius and Trip and Gemma, and they kind of like, his eyes scan all of you. Says, "He stood exactly where you stand now. A very charismatic man he was. He thought he could rally the people of Barovia against the Devil Strahd. He stirred them with thoughts of revolt and bore them to the castle en masse. When the vampire appeared, the wizard peasant army fled in terror. A few stood their ground and were never seen again. The wizard and the vampire cast spells at each other. Their battle flew across the countryside of Ravenloft to a precipice overlooking the falls where the lightning strikes now. I saw the battle with my own eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside, and the great rocks tumbled down. They fell upon the wizard, yet by his magic he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck the wizard, and again he still stood his ground. But when the Devil Strahd finally fell upon him, the wizard's magic was not enough to save him. I saw him thrown 1,000 feet from the cliff to his death. I climbed down to the river to search for his body, to see it, if he had survived. And one of the others says, "But if he had anything of value," and they all like, "La ha 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 ha," and start laughing. He says, "Oh, but the river, Evelis, had already spirited him away." And they're all like, ooh, kind of like nod and seem to kind of enjoy the whole concept of tale telling and story spinning. One of them then smiles and looks at you. This girl here, she kind of like thrusts the bottle back into Douglas's hand this time. And she says, "You seem to be somewhat lost. Where are you traveling to, Valaki? Or perhaps somewhere else? I do not recognize your clothes. Are you from here, or did you find yourself stumbling across our fair land?"
Do you want those in order, or
We are.
However
outside
the
of
words flow from your tongue is the appropriate way to tell us.
Oh, well, we are going there. We are not from here. And thank you about my clothes. They are kind of cool. They're a little different, right?
If we were in the spirit of telling tales, my brother here, Trip, is good at it.
Oh yeah, he'll tell you a real good one with songs and everything.
As you've now been thrown very, very aggressively under the bus, they all start, yes, tell us a tale, tell us a story, please.
Please.
Well, it's a land far away from here, I would assume, as there's no way to get back. We were at a bar, me and this mountain of a man here, and I'm going straight into the pots and pans story.
Okay.
Weapons were banned, and they wouldn't fight hand to hand, so instead they made sure that everybody got panned. and I'll kind of link that into, it's like, yeah, we fight all the time up there, and then I'll circle it back into Boulder of Scarrow because it's a crowd-pleasing, fun song, and Seth has been sad lately, so it seems like the right thing to do. Go ahead. I think that would be a performance, would it not?
Okay, yeah, they will all listen and kind of like intently nod along with your story and laugh at the appropriate times and cringe at the appropriate times, and they all of them really seem to like get into any tale that's being told. These are a very animated, dynamic people. Like they move and talk with their hands and really kind of like exaggerate and fluctuate their tones to really try to emphasize points.
Yeah, Trip is feeding right into it. He's loving it.
So one of them looks at you and says, would it be to be cursed so as those strangers that come through the mist with no way to return? If it were not for our arrangement with Strahd himself, we too would be suffering the same fate. But as it is, the Vistani are the only people that are permitted to travel freely through the mists. At this point, kind of an older gentleman crouches down by the fire and takes a big sip of presumably the same stuff that you're drinking, and then spits it on the fire itself. As he does so, the fire bursts up in green flames. And he says, the story of the Vistani is a story as old as the land itself. You see, a young Strahd, still mortal, was in early years of his great conquests in the name of his father, King Barovia. Strahd was assailed by enemies and left to die. It was then that some traveling Vistani found him, beaten, stripped of his armor and finery. They took pity on the poor wretch and nursed his wounds. He lived with them for a time, recovering and learning their ways. Their lust for life and commitment to freedom pleased the young noble, for whom the weight of responsibility was something of its own prison. As he recovered, his enemies found and caught up to the nomads. Just before the caravans were attacked, Strahd took up his sword and defended the Vistani. His skills and courage astounded them, driving off the attackers who expected easy prey. He left them so that they would no longer be hunted, but made a vow to forever honor their kindness and to give them the freedom in his kingdom for all time. He went on to conquer many lands and spread his domain widely, eventually conquering this valley, which he called Barovia after his father. He honored his vow, and the Vistani were given freedom of movement through his lands, even after the tragedy which turned him into what he is today. He still kept his faith with the Vistani people, who we alone can travel the deadly fog and come and go as we please. And at that, they all kind of like turn and look up to the castle that's in the far distance now and raise their bottles and to Strahd, and kind of give almost like a salutation and a toast of gratitude or reverence.
What do you mean tragedy that turned him into what he is today?
This is perhaps a story you need to hear from somebody other than myself. It cannot be simple coincidence that you found your way to us. There is one here that perhaps can tell you more. Not just about Strahd, but why you are here. And more importantly, what your future holds. And with that, they all kind of look at the large square tent that's kind of like behind you.
Okay. You're saying we're not here on accident?
Very little happens in Barovia that is accident. Most things that happen here are by fate or by the will of Strahd.
I presume who you want us to talk to is in this tent.
Yes. The Seer of Seers. One who possesses knowledge of past, present, and future. Madam Aoife. I think it is necessary that you have an audience with her, but not before you had the opportunity to rest and... Please. And with that, one of them kind of like reaches round behind and pulls out some like roasted meats and some various different other delectable goodies and brings them over and kind of like offers you a large platter of the food. Says, "You are our guests. Indulge yourselves. Fill your bellies. Make yourselves feel comfortable and at home here in our camp."
Thank you very much.
Alrighty.
Kind of pass it out to everybody.
Okay. This young Vistani has seemed to have taken a direct interest in your dog as she's gone over and she's kind of like crouched down to Whiskey. At this point, you notice that Irina has gotten a little bit kind of like awkward and fidgety. Like she's still sitting there, but looks a little kind of like lean backish. She's like, oh, you poor thing. What happened to you, my brave soldier? And at that point, she kind of like wanders into this tent right here and comes out with a couple of pouches and some bandages and some wraps and some weird looking ointments. And without kind of talking to anybody or asking anybody, she immediately just starts tending to Whiskey's wounds, like she knows what she's doing and
Yay.
doesn't much care if anybody is going to object or not.
I'm gonna watch and just kind of try to help. Like, that's a good spot there. He got a bad bite there on his back. If you want to clean that up a little bit.
Don't worry. Those kind of bites, especially from what I believe infected him here, they are known to get sometimes septic and lead to far worse injuries. But don't worry, this will purge the disease and contamination from his wounds, and you'll be right as rain soon, won't you, boy?
How is he reacting to her?
Honestly, he's so kind of like disheveled and whipped. I mean, he's just hobbled his way, like miles from there, like just struggling along. At this point, he is tired. He is exhausted. He has no fight left in him, so he's just letting her do whatever she wants to do.
Okay, I'm just gonna closely watch, make sure she's getting all the spots.
So, okay. Yep, as I said, plenty of food, plenty of drink. Anybody choosing not to partake in any of the Vistani fare, let me know.
Oh no, I'm
Shall
eating
partake.
it.
I'm taking it.
I would do as much as I was allowed to do.
As long as there isn't alcohol,
So,
you can have it.
so if it's food and drink, I think that's what Octavius will be doing.
Okay, yeah. All right, once you've all kind of had that time and been able to kind of like revitalize yourselves just a little bit, as you're eating, Doug, Seth,
Yes.
this weird hankering start to kick in. Go ahead and give me a willpower check if you will.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's a roll.
Uh-huh. I don't like how he says that, guys.
Oh no.
Okay, let me see here.
No.
So, as you're chowing down on their food, you both kind of... this is alright. Wasn't as good as those pies that we had, though. Wait, we still have some of those pies? Yeah. You do, but might be better to save them. Might be better to save those pies. Who knows? They might come in handy later when you don't have food. But you're certainly kind of thinking about how delicious those pies were. And just how well you slept after filling your bellies with those delicious, savory pastries. Oh. But anyway, I digress.
We got our mind on them, but
Yeah,
we don't
that's
it.
come.
But
We
not
get a
to the
little
point
sweet
where
tooth
you...
after our dinner,
Yeah.
like dads normally do.
But it is purely your choice at this point if you want to partake in any more pie or if you're quite content to not eat any more pie.
If Douglas looks over at me though as I'm eating and drinking, I'm just gonna go like put my hand to my face and then rub my belly and then give a thumbs up.
You put the food on your face?
No.
I
Pie on the
warned you about
face. Pie on the face.
I warned you about the pies.
Just thinking about it.
Yeah, I am too. Trust me, it would go really well with this
Yeah.
right now. But I think we should save them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but they're gonna get
I
a
mean,
little
we got-
soggy.
we got-
The longer they sit, they're gonna get a little soggier.
Yeah, but we got fresh food here. We might
Yeah,
not
no,
tomorrow.
no, you're right. We gotta save.
But still,
Crust though. Ooh.
man, whoa.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. No, Seth, you gotta.
No, I'm not. I don't even have them. I mean,
No, I got them right here. But don't worry, they're safe. They look good. But no, not gonna do it. We're gonna save them for later.
Save them for later. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, for the road. These are the road pies only. All right. Let's agree. Look at me, Seth. Look at me right in the eye.
I don't want to look at you because I know where they are, and you're in that direction.
Okay, I'm gonna put them behind my back. Don't worry, they're behind my back. You can't see them. Okay, look at me.
Well, but your back is to me. Look at you.
Okay. Turn around. These are road pies only. Say it with me.
Yeah.
Road pies.
Sure. Yeah.
Got it? You didn't say it though. is the
Don't
thing.
worry. I'm not going to be sneaking into your pack later
I
tonight.
just need to hear you say the words road pie.
Road. Bye.
Thank you. Okay, we got it. Settled. Oh,
My leg is like shaking as I'm talking to you.
Yeah. I'm still like licking my lips like
Roadhouse. Yeah. that's what I kept thinking. Roadhouse.
road.
I keep hearing Peter Griffin punch someone and then say Roadhouse. Yeah.
Road pie.
My eyes are going to dart to Trip, who's like, I'm looking over to my brother.
Mhm.
Is he looking at me like with a, what are you doing face?
I'm kind of more distracted by the art of everything around me right now.
Sure. Okay.
Like, I love the Visudani culture so
Yeah,
much.
I mean, everything. Everybody is dressed so vibrantly. Even the darker colors seem to have some kind of flamboyance to them. The vibrant painting of the wagons and the blankets that they have over the horses. I mean, everything here. Even the tents are not, they're canvas tents on the outside, but subtle glances through can see drapes and curtains and stuff and comfy pillows and things inside the tents that are all again very colorful and vibrant, and everything has a flair to it. It's very easy to understand how somebody of the bardic culture would find this whole ambiance very, very attractive.
Especially when, like, the most exciting thing that happens between Saruman and Scarrow is maybe someone from Korthan came through. Like,
That's it. After you have indulged, eventually one of them will say, "Whenever you are ready, I will take you to Madame Eva's tent and make an introduction. But first, I would need to know who it is that we are introducing. What are your names?" "My name is Hidalgo." And he kind of like gives a low flourishing bow.
Seth Pie House. I mean, Mildwood. Mildwood. Seth Mildwood over here. Yeah.
He smiles at you and reaches out a hand and as if to shake it.
Take it daintily, kind of awkwardly, like.
Okay,
not very accustomed.
you do it kind of daintily. Either way, he kind of like will grab your hand like this very firmly and shake it with a weird, awkward wrist flap.
after seeing the exuberance in that, I'll just be like, "My name is Trip, also Mildwood. We are the Mildwood family, and I'm gonna go in for the handshake.
Okay,
I'm going in for the kill."
Yeah, he'll give you a good, firm, gentlemanly handshake.
Then I'm Douglas Mildwood. Also, this is my son, my brother, and come on, we're all brothers here. Come here, and I'll just go in for a big old hug.
Yeah, he will laugh loudly, like and wrap his arms around you as well. As
You notice your pocket is missing some things.
Whiskey would let me know.
Whiskey seems somewhat high right now.
No, I gotta have it in my bag.
Okay, and he walks kind of like now, crouches down and says, "And who is this handsome little fellow?"
My name is Octavius Excelente.
"Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, young man." And he again offers you his hand.
This is my youngest here.
Yes, the pleasure's Oh, mine, sir.
He shakes your hand and then moves over and stands in front of Gemma and he says, "And this delightful little creature, what is your name?"
My name is Gemma Wildwood. Gemma Mildwood. At your service.
Okay. Instead of shaking your hand, he kind of like just reaches over and takes your hand and pulls it up and kisses you on the back of the hand.
That's my daughter there. Just FYI, my daughter.
He says, "I mean no ill will or disrespect.
No, of course
It
not.
is just a kindness and a greeting."
Yes.
Well, then, if you would like to join me, Douglas, Seth, Trip, Octavius, and Gemma, I
You can
will
call Hexy.
introduce you to Madam Eva.
All right. Let's get on over there, guys. I'm gonna ask Irina if she'll keep an eye on Whiskey.
She seems relieved when you ask her to do that. She's like, "Oh, yes, of course.
Okay.
This brave fellow cannot be left alone."
Thank you. I appreciate it. But I'll be right back. I give Whiskey a little pat and then run off
Okay.
the tent.
I also have to pet Whiskey. It's been so good. He saved my life.
That bite was meant for me.
Yeah.
Okay. He's kind of like pulls the flap of the tent asunder and kind of like holds it open for you to all wander through.
Yep, I enter.
Okay, so you're going
Yep.
in.
I'll follow everyone else in there.
Okay. Then if everybody is going in, just put yourself on top of the tent.
Over the tent. Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Alrighty. And with that, he will kind of return back to the fire. Alright, we are going to take a short break because this is the perfect time to do that. And then when we come back, we will see what Madam Eva has to say. You are all escorted into Madam Eva's tent. Oh, and Lore Hiker!
Hey, Lord.
Thank you for
Thank
that.
you,
10
Lord.
months of subscribing.
There it is.
Take
Time for the
your
cheers.
pants off.
and all that good stuff.
Pants up, pants up. Actually, you know what? I think that might be my favorite.
Yeah, that one's fun.
Get that out of the way. Alrighty, okay. You are escorted into the tent. There's a circular table in the center. A strange kind of semi-translucent orb sits to one side, and a bunch of bones and a stack of cards sits to the other side of an old Vistani woman with a kind of like dark red headscarf, many bangles around her wrist. She's already seated in a large, comfortable chair. As you walk in, she kind of smiles at you with a semi-toothless smiles, and she says, "Please, come sit with Madam Eva. Sit, so that we may talk."
I sit down and say Gorbabushka. Prepper.
I love it.
I'll move in.
Okay.
I sit down.
Each of you sits at one of the chairs that seems to already be here. It's like 5 chairs, all equally arranged in front of Madam Eva. She says, as she places her left hand on top of a deck of old and strange cards, she smiles at you and she says, "I already know who you are. I already know why you're made to be here. But there are some things I do not know. Maybe you're the ones. Maybe." With that, there are magical flames casting a reddish glow over the interior of this tent. the ball itself seems to periodically like spark up with life, but then slowly dims back down. Yes, at last you have arrived. So. And she kind of like looks and leans a little over towards Douglas and says, Douglas Mildwood, it is nice to meet one of your acquaintance.
It's nice to meet one of your acquaintance.
I did not meet the one before. I am pleased to have met you, though.
What do you mean by that? I'm just
Gemma Mildwood. One that is so gifted with the ways of the arcane. Little do you know, my girl, just how much this journey is going to mean to you. And Seth Mildwood, with your big bold chest, ready to take on the toughest dragon? Have you found out just how vulnerable you are yet?
Yeah. A pebble, not a boulder.
And Octavius. Oh. When you were younger, you found an interest in something. I don't know that. Well, did you ever hear the phrase, careful what you wish for? I feel that you're going to find far more about those things that you have a strange curiosity for than you ever really hoped. And last we have you, young Trip. Peacekeeper. Glue. Oh yes. I doubt that the rest understand how important your relevance is in keeping this little family together. Now, what can Madam Eva tell each of you? Is there something you'd wish to ask me? Some knowledge that you seek? Yes,
I would
young
shakily
Gemma.
put my hand up. I would like to know how we can leave Barovia.
How you can leave? There are 3 ways you can leave Barovia. The first is to pop off this mortal coil and leave spiritually. Alas, even then it will be for a short time, as your body will be gone, but your spirit and soul will not, and you will be reborn here in the lands of Barovia. If you are lucky, your soul will find somebody to inhabit. The second way is for Strahd to give you the permission to leave. But as you are not of Vistani blood, in 800 years he has never granted anybody this right or benefit that is not of the Vistani bloodline. So this brings us to the third, and as difficult as it may be, the most reasonable of the 3 options. Defeat and destroy Strahd von Sorovich. He is not the man he once was, and why I and the rest of the Vistani wish and will raise no finger, do no harm to Strahd, for the pact that we have endured with these many centuries? I fear he himself is cursed and trapped. And to destroy him would at this point be a kindness, a mercy, not just for him, but for the lands of Barovia. You may be the ones. Many have tried. Many have failed. But maybe this is your legacy. Maybe you are the ones that can bring about Strahd's end. But yes, how to do it, where to do it. You are going to need help. You are going to need guidance. This is something that Madam Eva can gift you with. But before I consult with this sacred deck, I ask you again if there is anything you would like to ask Madam Eva. No?
You mentioned the other me a minute ago.
I understand you are not the first of the Mildwood family to find your way here through the mists into Barovia. A couple of generations past, perhaps, a Mildwood came here.
Yes.
Ah, he, among a group of many others, rallied behind a powerful wizard and strove to take on and vanquish Strahd von Zorovich. But, alas, they failed. Most of the peasants turned and ran at the first sight of Strahd's power. Your great-grandfather was one of the few that stood his ground. And, other than the great Mordenkainen himself, was the only living man to ever strike a blow and actually hurt Strahd von Zorovich. I believe perhaps the fates think that the Mildwood family may possess such strength. Maybe one of you has the strength that your great-grandfather did not. For such strength he had, but not in enough measure to do the deed that was before him. Maybe the bloodline has strengthened, and here 2 generations hence, perhaps one of you 5 possessed the power to do what he could not. It is either that, or much like him, you will perish.
We have heard many a story about very strong wizards, all types of classes going up against Strahd and, well, dying. I do not understand. It does not seem practical that any of us 5 would be able to go against Strahd.
Not
or even
yet.
my great-grandfather.
Not yet. But in time.
What?
If you learn, if you gather, if you bolster, when the time is right, maybe then, when you have gained strength that each of you does not yet know that you can possess, maybe then you will be able to do what right now seems impossible. Now
how do we get that power.
And that's when she kind of again places her hand. This is the Tarot card deck. This is an ancient fortune, an ancient wisdom. These simple cards have the power to tell many things. First, we must place them. And she takes the cards and puts them all in the center. Each of you must place your hand upon the cards, as this, I believe, is a fate tied to all of you. All of your hands must touch the cards at once. And she kind of slides them to the middle.
Oh,
What are,
Okay.
well,
Yeah.
what are these cards? I'm interested in.
They are the Tarot card deck. Ancient fortune-telling cards of my people. There are but few that possess the ability to wield them. I inherited this power.
It's fascinating.
Touch the cards, each of you. All together now, reach forward and place your hand upon the deck.
I touch them.
Hex, you might need to get on the table to reach.
I can reach fine, thank you.
As he gets on
Once
the table.
each of you has like got a little part of
I'm
your
like
hand on the
reaching.
table, on the cards,
Mm.
she then kind of like just blows on your hands and the cards. Just now then, there are 5 of you, and the tarot card reading consists of 5 cards. First, and she lays one card on the table, and then a second, and then a third, a fourth, and finally the 5th card. These cards have been selected for you by the fates. These cards have been selected by you. First, we will draw this card. With that, she turns over the first of the cards. Ah, this card is the Trader. This card tells of history, knowledge, and ancient. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to enlarge the card here like this, because it's probably easier for chat to see it. And unfortunately, you're all on top of the damn thing. Hang on. I'm just going to do this, and that'll make it easier. Oh. Okay. Why are you still on... Oh, because I think I picked you instead. There we go. Alright, she lays the first card down. As I said, this card tells of history, knowledge of the ancient that will help you better understand your enemy. Look to where the wizard stamps and mashes alongside the red dragon. In sand encased by wood, you shall find it. An item of knowledge that will help you in understanding your enemy. She then turns to the second card. Ah, the Abjura. This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. I see a fallen house guarded by a great stone dragon. Look to its highest peaks. With that, she then turns her attention to the third card. Oh, this is the hooded one. Now the third card is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of light. I see a faceless god. He awaits you at the end of a long and winding road deep in the mountains. Find this and gain at your disposal a weapon of power which will help you face your enemy. Now we have the fourth card. This card sheds light on who will help you greatly in the battle against the darkness. This is the innocent. I see a wandering child who has left her home, who walks dark halls. Their innocence will be your key to evil's eventual fall. Find this child. They will be able to help you. And lastly, she flips the fourth card. I see the marionette. Interesting. Your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him and reveal the place of your final battle. Look to great heights. Find the beating heart of his domain. He will be waiting nearby. This is the fortunes of the tarot card, and as such, tells the truth and facts about your future. If you follow the wisdom of these cards, you will find knowledge, protection. Oh,
yeah, you cut out a little bit.
we're good? Okay. If you follow the nature of these cards, you will find knowledge, protection, a weapon of power, and ally, and the location of your final confrontation. How you find them is up to you. When you find them is also of your choosing. The information I have given you is just but a glimpse. I can tell you no more than what I already have about the cards. But if there is anything I can tell you about something else, Madam Aoife is always willing.
I still do not understand why us. Why are we getting this help? Why not somebody more powerful?
Fate has a strange way of unraveling. Everybody starts at the beginning of a road before they reach the end. Each of you are but at the start of a journey. Perhaps by the time you reach the end, you will be powerful enough, strong enough, and possess that which you need to achieve what others have not been able to do. The wizard that we spoke of, Mordenkainen, was a great and powerful wizard. But he relied purely on his own power and the belief that he could overcome the Dark Lord here face to face, power against power. He did not heed the words of the Tarokar. He did not listen to Madame Hafer. And he did not learn of the three.
The three?
Yes. You have heard them say, he is the ancient, he is the land. You see, Strahd von Zorovich, after making a pact with one of the darkest powers, fulfilled his end of the bargain and was fooled into becoming the undead, the most powerful of all undead here in Barovia, gifted with pure power from Vampire himself. Strahd became the lord and master of all his domain. But he had vulnerabilities. The sun could hurt him. There were other things that had power over him. To truly develop and gain control of all his domains, he stole the power from the three. Long, long ago, this land was ruled by three Fey goddesses, the Fanes of the land. Each one of them held dominion. One held dominion over the mountains, another over the swamps, and a third they referred to as the Seeker of Knowledge. With vile trickery, he stole their powers, and with those three powers on top of his vile curse, he became the most powerful, indestructible ruler of all Barovia. These items that I speak of, and Tome of Knowledge, a holy symbol, a sword of light, and ally. All of these things you can use to defeat Strahd. But with the power that he possesses, even they may not be enough. However, if you can also find a way to restore the power to the three Fanes and give them back what he stole, you will diminish Strahd's ultimate hold over the land. Without this, these weapons of good may be enough to destroy him once and for all. It is a lot to take in, isn't it, my dear? But each of you do possess gifts that I feel will be of use. You are all selected for a reason. Gemma, your knowledge and Desire to learn more about the arcane? Magic can be a great tool and ally in fighting someone who possesses such gifts himself. Octavius, I fear it is no coincidence that you find a desire to learn and destroy those things that go bump in the night. After all, Strahd himself makes the biggest bump in the darkest night. Seth, your bravery and willingness to sacrifice for the sake of your family may be enough to turn the tide during the final battle. Douglas, with your desire to protect and guide your family and keep them pure and honest, I fear this alone will be a task that is of great challenge, or there are many influences that would try to lead you down a dark, dangerous path away from the light. And finally, when all this becomes a strain, when even you as a family start to feel splintered and fall apart, when hope is lost and you feel that there is nothing left for you to do but concede to the inevitable, Trip will be there to remind each and every one of you that you are family and to prevent you from turning on one another. These things alone may be what make it to where you can succeed, where others could not.
I don't know where to begin. I'm gonna look.
Have our work cut out for us.
So do we get to take these, or? And I'm just gonna start putting my hand over the cards. We just keep these, right, for reference.
These will
or-
do you no good. They are but simple cards.
Well, I thought maybe they had directions on them, so we could locate where
No.
we needed to go.
The directions are
I'll make
what
a
they
note.
have been said.
Okay, thank you. This is a lot of information.
I certainly hope that one of you had a notebook and wrote all of that down, because if you didn't, too bad.
Yep, we got it. Don't worry.
You
Right,
look over at
kids?
Gemma, and there's
Right,
like
kids?
there's just like pages of
I've,
notes.
I
Like,
got
got it.
it.
Very good. Okay. Thank you for helping us. Well, why are you helping us?
Well, as I said, we the Vistani have a debt to pay, an allegiance to Strahd. But to Strahd the man, not Strahd the cursed monster that he has become. Laying him to rest will be a kindness. And this is what we would like to see done. While
Okay.
we are forbidden to raise our hands against him ourselves, there is nothing that said we cannot give others a little nudge in the right direction.
Yes. Thank you. Anyone else have any questions for Madam Ava here?
Some of the words were very decorative, and will take a bit of study and research to find exactly what they mean. What exactly the red dragon entails, where we're going to find in sand and wood something another that
Perhaps these things will mean something to you at a later date. While they may seem obscure and strange to you now, maybe at some point in time their true nature will be revealed.
Okay.
We owe you a great debt of gratitude.
Yes. Are there others like you that could help us if we get lost? We could maybe a code word to say would help let them know we're on the the good mission.
This is
We're good
Barovia.
guys. Code.
Strahd has eyes and ears everywhere.
Hmm.
Even the rats, bats, spiders. All
Cats?
things could possibly be working for Strahd. You must use your instincts to find and decide who you can trust and who you should not.
Okay.
But you are already doing something to protect the innocent, whether you realize it or not. You see, your trip to Vallaki with a young girl is directly involved and entwined in what it is that you do now. You must get Arena there safely. But know this, now is not the time to try to stand against the Devil Strahd. This is a game of strategy, a game of skill, a game that will be played out over many turns. You cannot win it in the first few moves.
Understood. Well, guess we better get started.
I would not recommend leaving here tonight. The night is dark and full of danger. Or terrors, depends on who you follow. But, you're welcome to stay and rest here at the Tessar pool with me and my kin. You will be safe. You can leave early the following morning. Perhaps traveling by day, less harm will come to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. We got some things to discuss, I imagine.
Yes.
You do indeed. But I can assure you, he already knows you are here.
Oh,
And it is only a matter of time before he realizes you are and why you are here.
we did receive a gift basket.
Well, he is a charming lord, if nothing else. He can be gracious, and on the outside, seemingly show kindness. But never underestimate the darkness that dwells within him. For even if he can repress his nature by a short period of time, the beast within is sure to rise. And after all, it is fortuitous that both you, with your great-grandfather, should be here now, at the same time as the latest incarnation.
Did she? Is he here?
No, he is not here. He has no reason to come to our camp.
Oh.
But he is
he's
not who I speak
reincarnated.
of. You are traveling with one other, I understand. Yes, you travel with... What is
Yes.
what is she called this time round?
Irina.
Irina. Ah. Yes.
What do you mean this time around?
Part of Strahd's curse. You see. He, in his former life, coveted the future bride of his brother. She was beautiful, with long, red, glowing, flowing hair. He wanted her so badly. He was intoxicated by her. So much so that he slew his own brother to try to find a way to make her love him. A tragedy occurred, and she perished. But part of the wicked twist that is caught up in and around our beloved Lord is that she is reincarnated ever so often. And when this happens, he cannot resist but try to woo her once again. And each and every time, tragedy strikes, and he is denied. Her name then was Tatiana. Now it is Irina. But if you saw an image, a depiction, a painting of Tatiana, you would swear it was of Irina that sits outside nursing your sick dog right now as we speak.
Does she know that she's that word that I can't pronounce?
I do not believe so.
Should we tell her?
This is for you to decide. Do you think she would believe you?
She did mention memories that were not her own.
Ah, then maybe. Deep down, she's aware. But what could this information do? What would it aid? Would it spur her to confront him? Would it change the fact that you're escorting her somewhere safe? After all, this would seem to be the most logical thing to do, to try to keep her from him. But know this, he is Strahd von Zorfich. He is the ancient, he is the land. There is very little that can be done to keep Irina Kalyana from Strahd's clutches, if he choose to take her. But I believe that true to the past, he does not want a willing slave. He wants somebody who loves him for who he is. I believe he will do what he has to do to woo her, to try to get her to come to him willingly. Because of this, he will not just descend upon her and infect her with his cruel, wicked disease and take her as a concubine. No. He can do this with many others, but not with his Tatiana, not with Irina. I feel this is why she still walks and is not yet within his clutches.
Something to think about.
I think you have a lot to think about, my dear. Well, rest now. Here at the Tissar pool. Get a good night's sleep. Drink. Eat. Find your peace. For it may be a long while till you get the chance for such true rest again.
How can we repay you for this?
What have you got?
I look around to my family.
We have money. If you want.
Oh, perhaps you would like to cross my palm with silvers. No. It is an old cliché. It is not necessary for you to pay Madame Aoife. I am merely an instrument of the fates. I was put here to tell you this information, as you were brought here to receive it. I have done my part. There is no need to thank me. I just pray that perhaps, just perhaps, we can all find ourselves at the end of this tragic tale this time around.
We will do our best.
You will. Because if you do not, unfortunately, the consequences will be most dire. Well, now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and kind of like awkwardly nod my head.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get some rest. Talk about our plan. If you think of anything else that might be important, that would be great.
I do not know what is important. I only answer questions and reveal what the cards tell me.
Of course.
If you think of something you need to ask me, I will be here.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, kiddos. It's way past your bedtime. Let's get to sleep. Right? I'm gonna stand up with Seth and just kind of start to excuse myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the tent
Okay.
so the others can leave without like running into it.
Alrighty.
And then I'll duck out.
Okie dokie.
after them.
Nice.
Alright, she just kind of smiles politely as each and every one of you exit her tent. Good luck. May the fates be with you. Always.
Nice.
And also with you.
Alright, yeah, you all kind of leave the tent with a strange, ominous feel.
Where do you think we can set up to sleep?
Not by the horse's ass.
I guess we can ask her that. I'm gonna pop my head back in the tent. Oh, where should we sleep?
Oh, I'm sure my brethren will have found a suitable spot and made vacant one of the other tents for you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. She was right. You can just ask her anything you want. Okay. We'll just go back over to, I guess, I'm going like backwards for some reason.
You're doing a great Michael Jackson impression.
I know. I don't know why I do that. I'm gonna go over to
The famous bard, Mikhail Jackson.
Yes. The main guy who greeted us, and just ask him where he would like us to.
Okay, he just kind of like points and nods in Irina's direction.
Okay,
And
thank you.
she kind of like just smiles at you and nods towards the tent. And you notice that she's already kind of like taken her backpack and all that is not, it's off. It is no longer with her.
Is it big enough for all of us to comfortably sleep in there?
Comfortably,
Well,
it's a stretch, but you can fit. Yes.
Okay. All right, everybody. Got your camping bags on, and we'll get those bedrolls out.
My camping bag on. Got it.
and then take it off, and then put it in the tent, and then
Okay.
just like we practiced. I don't know why I can't move.
Would we like to
into the
discuss?
tent, but I want to
I
go in the
would. I would
tent.
love to discuss with you, siblings, father and uncle.
Oh my god! There we go.
You're in the
Are
tent.
you okay, Chris?
It won't let. It's taking me the opposite direction of wherever I try to put my character. I don't know why.
Interesting.
I don't know what it's up to.
It's opposite day.
On the way into the tent, I'm gonna kind of like pass by some of the people still talking, I'm sure, and we're probably not far off the topic at hand. I'm just gonna be like, well, that was altogether very heavy.
Oh
No, I'm gonna kind of like gesture at one of the bottles and like, perhaps for the tent.
He like smiles at you and says, "Please help yourself. What is ours is yours for this evening."
I'll try to think of some more stories for the morning, and then I'll head to the tent with it. So yeah, Trip comes in with a bottle of wine.
I'd like to
It's
get
fun.
straight to it. I'm going to pull out my documents. Shall we go
yes,
card by card?
Can you tell me most of what was said? Because I didn't understand.
I can
a
tell
lot
you
of it.
verbatim everything that was said.
Mhm.
First card, trader. This
Okay.
was the one of knowledge. This one said, look to where the wizard stamps and mashes alongside. Okay, shh. Look to where the wizard stamps
Whiskey.
and
Whiskey, quiet.
mashes
Quiet whiskey.
alongside the red dragon and sand encased by wood. You shall find an item of knowledge that will help you in understanding your enemy. At home of knowledge, it says.
Okay, so these clues she gave us, we just have to hope that we stumble upon them. There's no way to like find them, like
Well,
go
she's-
direct to them.
She said it will be made clear in time.
Okay,
There.
that,
believe
well,
we may
that's not very
stumble.
helpful at all.
We
that
may
was it.
stumble into clues, and I believe we will stumble into clues upon the way, and we should just keep these in our minds, these images.
There's a great deal of faith in fate, and what fate won't allow for, we'll fill in the gap, I'm sure.
Yes, I've come quite fascinated with fate and divination. I believe what she's saying is true.
So we just have to wait till we trip over. Sorry, till we stumble.
Don't take
over
his name
one
in vain.
of these clues and just hope that it's what we need.
Father, you're a tracker. We'll have this in no time.
I believe
I
so.
just would like at least north, south, east, even north, south,
I
east,
mean-
west would be, any of those directions. 2 of them, 3 of them.
Divination isn't so straightforward sometimes, Father.
But Gemma, you said red dragon.
Yes?
Well, we could just ask the people in the camp if they've ever seen a red dragon.
There we go. That's
well,
one clue.
sure. But
Highest peak. We
Probably
need a
left.
highest peak, right?
I believe
That's
that
not
was-
this one.
Yeah, that's was it the 5th?
I shall move on to card number 2, Abjurer.
32.
Okay, let's go. Just
Power force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope, a fallen house guarded by a great stone dragon. Look to its highest peaks. This is the one you mentioned, Father.
okay. So we have to fight 2 dragons.
Well, it doesn't say fight. It could be a statue, stone, but as we know, we've fought statues before, so.
Right. Okay. All right. So highest peaks. We could maybe ask if anyone knows of a fallen
I believe
house
that
with a.
might be in reference to the peaks and valleys of the rooftop of this house.
It could.
Oh, it's a riddle
A
too.
holy
Oh boy.
symbol
Okay.
on
You guys know I'm not good at these
The
escape
church.
rooms. I've tried before. It's just not my forte. Okay.
That was probably our worst family outing. This one is
yeah.
better
I
than that.
really tried. With
Don't
that
you
one.
see, Father?
No,
This is
I
the,
got a coupon. What do you
this
want me
is
to
the
do?
Octavius
ultimate
got eaten,
fan.
and this one was more fun.
These are the ultimate
Okay.
family bonding experiences.
Okay. So that's that one. What's the next one?
Card number 3, the hooded one, power and strength. A weapon of vengeance, a sword of light, a faceless god. He awaits us at the end of a long and winding road deep in the mountains. Find this weapon of power. It'll help us face our enemy.
Okay, we definitely need that one. That's one we're definitely gonna
Seems
need.
good. I think we need all of them.
Oh, what?
A
We can't pick
faceless
and
god.
choose. We have to get all 5.
Well, she was quite clear that we won't be ready until we possess or have all of this knowledge. And
Okay, so we asked them where there's a deep winding road in the mountains.
Father, I do not believe this group will know everything about these things.
Well,
It's
How are we gonna get
Barovia,
started?
full of forests and mountains
Yeah,
and deep winding
Why don't
roads.
we just start
Pick
with the
one.
first one? You know, we could just ask about the first one, and then
Sure.
and Balaki
Okay.
ask about the others. You know, more people.
all right.
Could also be said we are in the middle of our mission to Valaki, which we might find more there.
Right.
Okay, that's good.
We aren't without heading. We've just been given 4 or 5 more.
At least now it's possible. Everybody we've talked to before has said, "No, you can't kill him. He's unkillable." Now we're getting somewhere, kids. Like we've got some options here. We got a sword we need to get. We got a little kid that's gonna help us. Like I think we're on the right track.
Yes.
I guess I would like to phrase it, as you said earlier, Gemma. Why us? I think it's more that us.
Huh?
What do you mean?
We do not exist separate from fate, in my understanding, and the way it's being brought about. Fate is very much also within our hands. Whether or not we were chosen has less to do with the fact that we're going to make this happen.
It's insightful.
Yeah, I don't believe in fate.
I think we should keep an open
Believe in
mind,
these, and
Uncle.
that's enough for me.
For I have seen things that as I learn and read more and more about the art of divination, it turns out to be just as power as the arcane.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Anyway, so,
Yeah, whatever.
I hate all of it. I wish none of it existed. I can't deny it does. Okay, so we'll start with the first one and not worry about the rest until.
Well, I
something?
think we need to have all 5 on our mind. In
Okay,
our
so
mind's eye.
you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Each of us is gonna take a card, and we're gonna think about that card all the time. Okay, that's gonna be our card. So who wants number 1? Who
I
wants
want
Trader?
that one.
You want Trader?
I want
Okay.
that one.
All right. Well,
I want
you guys
that one.
you can rock paper scissors for it.
Okay.
Go for the 4th card.
Come on, Trip.
Okay, right.
Rock,
paper,
scissors, shoot.
I'm going rock. Okay.
Ah,
Well, 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
2 or 3. Rock,
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I got you.
Ah,
It's okay. It's all right.
Dad,
Don't be a sore loser, Gemma. We talked about this. Sometimes
it's
it
the
happens.
knowledge one. I'm smart. I'm the smartest one
Oh.
here.
Okay, but
It's
you know,
lore, and I'm the one who does that thing.
Trip loves his lore. There's plenty of other good ones. Don't worry. There's plenty of other good ones. Okay, Trip, you get Trader. All right.
Yes.
Okay, don't rub it in. Don't.
Okay.
Remember?
Yes.
Okay, who wants the second one? What's the second one?
Powerful force of good and protection.
Good and protection. Who likes that? Anyone?
You do.
Yeah, all right, that'll be mine. Okay. Okay, third card.
Dibs.
Which one is that, Gemma?
Hooded one.
Oh
call- I
yeah.
call dibs.
Oh yeah,
Sort
that
of like,
matches.
yeah,
Okay,
that one.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Hexalante gets the third card. Okay, innocent.
Yes.
Innocent.
No.
I think
Come
you
on.
left that one behind previously.
Innocent. Seth, you want that one? Little kid? Huh? Little kid for your own?
Um,
I got enough kids to look out for. Okay, you look out for one other kid. That's all I'm asking. Just keep your eyes peeled. Keep them
I
popped
also
open.
look out for your kids too.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, I've got enough kids over here. Maybe you could look for one extra for yourself.
You
Your own
really
kid.
want me to look out for kids?
Not just the one creepy one
Really?
who walks dark halls. That's all.
Card 4, innocent, a wandering child who has left her home who walks dark halls. The innocence will be our key to the evil's eventual fall.
Come on, Seth. Gemma.
Yeah.
Seth,
One innocent child.
Uncle,
Oh,
it's yours.
Come on, come on.
I
take it.
refuse
mean-
this one.
Well,
She's
to be,
already in a bad mood. Can you just take?
but
Can you just
to
take
be
it?
fair, Gemma did
Yeah, she already
relate
got this.
to
she already-
those ghost.
I
kids
refuse
back.
this one. I won't take it.
Just please, Seth. Come on.
Fine.
Okay. Set. Innocent. Perfect. Okay. Marionette.
That one's mine. 5th card,
Oh,
Marionette.
What's that one all about again?
Enemy is a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead us to him and reveal the place of our final battle. Look to great heights again. Find the beating heart of his domain. He will be waiting nearby.
Oh, so is Castle.
Okay, you sure you don't maybe want to trade with me for that one? I'll take
Sounds like
that
it's
one.
Castle.
No, I want it.
Oh, okay. All right. So Marionette goes to Gemma. All right. There we go. Everybody got their card?
You know what I found interesting in this conversation we had with Madame Ava was when she said that Trip holds our family together.
I could see that. What's the problem?
Wasn't that interesting?
Well,
Wow.
Why do you bring this up?
maybe
Is it because I beat you at rock, paper, scissors
Food
every
for
time?
thought.
I think that's part of the family dynamic that I'm holding together.
yeah.
It's been years, Gemma.
I won once
Put
that
those
one time.
schools- I was drunk off my... I mean,
Okay. All right,
a
kids.
reasonable
Let's
amount.
be kind to each other. Remember, we're here in a tent. It's a small tent. We have to get along.
I'll be completely honest. If it wasn't Trip that was holding this family together, it'd be you, brother.
That's what I thought the whole time, so I'm just a little confused.
Well, she's got her own divinations and cards and things that say different stuff. So that's okay. It's Trip. You're welcome.
Trip left, you stayed, so I don't know why she said that.
Well, Trip left to keep me company, and last I checked, I was part of this family. So he succeeded, and we are. Doug and I are never been stronger bonded. Right.
Yes,
yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So it's okay. I don't mind. I'm the protector. So that's good. I think that's what she said, right? I'm pretty sure. And very important role as well. Maybe even more important, I would say, probably than holding it together. If they're weak, then who cares if they're together? So that's good. Everybody's good. And we're not going to fight about it, all right? Gemma?
Okay.
Trip?
Okay.
That wasn't where I was fighting anyway.
Well, you have your way sometimes where you're a little... You'd be a little,
Cocksure, supposedly, yes, I
We've
understand.
talked
Some
about
have said
this.
yes.
Yep, okay, so just, dial it down a little bit. When you can see your sister getting revved up like that, I need you to just dial it down a little bit, We got to get along here. It's very important.
Right.
Okay, great. Can I have a sip of that, please? Because
Yes.
It was just a little bit
Absolutely.
irritating that I was the one writing everything down while all of you just sat around as if it wasn't important.
you're very good at that. I appreciate it.
I was formulating, sister.
Yeah, he was doing that. That's really important too. What do you got? What'd you formulate, sir? Little sir?
Sir, what? You've never called me that before in my life.
Trying new things, trying to be respectful.
That did not seem respectful, Father.
You don't like
little
that?
sir kind of.
Oh,
Yeah, it feels like a slur. Actually.
Okay,
Would
sorry.
you see me in a little top hat and a bow tie and a cane?
Yes, remember when we dressed you up like that for your third
Yes,
birthday? Oh
yes.
my goodness. So cute. And you got sick and you threw up all over it.
He
Your
was
mom
at the
was so
peanut.
upset. Oh man. Oh, that was great. Sorry. Oh,
Are you quite finished?
yeah, I'm good. Whew. Sorry, the wine just got to me a little bit. That was just really funny.
That was your first sip.
I don't drink much.
Hey, maybe Dad has a flask that you don't know about that he's constantly on the nip.
Sounds like someone else we know.
Apple doesn't fall back from the player tree.
Right, Jane? Well, it was quite a lot of information. I was just putting it all together in my head and racking my nulged brain about things. She spoke quite cryptically, so I wanted to make sure I could go into the deepest depths of my memory and see if any of my readings, teachings could help, but I believe I need more time to process.
You got nothing out of that?
I got plenty, but I need time to make sense of it all.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Um,
Good thing we can all read. Not every family can say that,
I don't know that all of you can read, can you?
you know.
Good job that everybody that matters can read.
Doug, I do have to say something.
Okay.
I didn't understand most of what was said in there and what it meant. Except that Ava said that I would be apparently sacrificing myself and dying. And also that you now want me to go around asking about children, which I don't think will go over well, given my looks.
I just said keep your peepers open. I didn't say
that doesn't sound any better.
Peepers.
That doesn't sound any better. I don't want to show my peepers to kids. That's probably not a good idea.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
I really think I should get another focus, like the one that Gemma has.
We already decided the cards. We're not going to trade them. Okay, we fair and square.
And to be fair, Gemma, while you've taken the final card, which is the most dramatic for sure, it's also the last and latest, and frankly, it would be an insult to your mind to expect you to wait until the end to have input.
Well, I plan on helping with all of them. I
That's
already
exactly
memorized
what I
all
was-
5. I'm just
Yeah.
letting you pretend like you have them.
Oh, no.
Focusing.
Please take mine.
Okay.
I will just,
No,
stand behind
everybody
No.
needs to have
in
their mind on a
support.
card. That's why there's 5 of them.
Yes.
For each of us
You
to
No,
have.
each put your mind on one card. I've already put my mind on all 5 of them.
Okay. Oh, see, so Gemma's got she's doing her thing where she gets really upset and focused on a thing,
No,
and
Gemma's
that's okay.
doing that thing that Gemma's capable of, and we have to trust that.
And she's doing great, and I do trust
Thank
her
you.
for sure. See, there you go. Look at that bonding right there.
Not
Oh,
winning at
that's
rock,
great.
paper, scissors, but
Bonding.
being way smarter than all of us, yes.
Very smart. So
So-
she's got the scariest one for sure. So that's good.
Well, I think we've already heard of stories about a wizard today, so we find where he was killed.
Yes, I think that tomorrow that's the first one we work on is that, and then in the
We could just-
meantime,
We
We
could
all-
just go.
What?
go ahead. Sam.
Well, we could just go outside and ask about a red dragon.
Okay,
That's not
okay.
hard,
Well,
honestly.
let's go outside and ask about a red dragon.
Yeah. Trip, go. You know.
Okay.
Ask about where the wizard died. Thank you.
Okay. No problem.
It-
Actually, they should know that one. Actually, he mentioned it. Good
Right.
point. And I'm just gonna go out there and start mixing and
He
mingling
actually
and throwing in this
kind of
stuff.
told you. He pointed up at where the lightning struck
Yeah.
the cliff. He
Yeah,
was like,
true.
"That's where that happened. That's where the fight
Yeah,
happened."
I'll just be reaffirming. Like, which cliff again? Is it that cliff? And point
Yeah.
to the wrong cliff. Like, I don't know what a cliff is. Just to try and tease more information out of it, I would ask again what that is, and then I'd be like, and we were told to seek out a place near a red dragon. Perhaps you know anything of that?
Okay, they are kind of like. I do not recall ever seeing a dragon or a dragon of red color. No, I do not recall such a thing.
Perhaps it was a symbolic speech. Then is there maybe a river that we refer to that way? Or
Not that I recall.
fate speaks in riddles and is a riddle itself.
You've been talking to Madame Eve, haven't you?
Ah,
Oh yes, this is very common when people leave her tent. They're full of questions and want to know answers, and usually I can tell you that things are so cryptic that we don't usually have any way of helping. I find
Right.
the best thing to do is sleep on it and not to try too hard, because in the end of the day, fates are guiding you and you will find things out as you're supposed to.
it's just so hard in the meantime.
Just, do what feels natural and do what you feel is right, and I'm sure the fates will guide you. But just try to remember that while the information is usually cryptic, as the fates don't very often give you... It seems to be that fates and things never seem to want to speak in plain language. I don't understand myself, never really been involved in any of this, but I always seem to want to do everything all mystical and stuff. But just try to remember what she told you, Even the smallest details could be very important.
I think you can help, though. You are truly a man vibrant in both dress and soul.
Well, this is one thing that we can say, us Vistani, we are all born with a soul, unlike the vast population of Barovia. This is probably why we have such a zest for life and colour and vibrance, whereas most of the commoners are drab and dreary and do not care much about anything.
Truly blessed are the Vistani. And are we for that company? I bid you a good night.
Good night. Sleep well. Don't let the blood-sucking bats bite.
Yeah, I'm going to bed. I'm gonna cry. Yeah, I'll go back to the tent and basically just, yeah, I don't know shit.
Alrighty, well, that is the perfect place for us to wrap it up this evening. So, nice and neat and tidy, with a nice little bow on top.
Yeah, but here. Just give that a measure. Ah, dagnabbit. Well, time for a beer. Glug, 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 glug. Oh, hello there. It's me, Christy, your D&D dad. I'm here to do all the things that a good D&D dad should do. Like mow the lawn, fix some shit, drink a beer, and of course, roll lots of 20s. And if you like all this, can you pan?
Oh, sorry, Dad. Sorry. Yeah, you look good. Yeah.
You should check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Christastics. And if you like D&D content, check out my podcast, New Crits on the Block. Anyway, I love you, my children.
If you're seeing this, that means that I'm back to playing Mondays on How Reroll. My handle is Satchmo on all platforms, and if you follow me, then maybe I can...
We've been trying to reach you concerning your car's extended warranty.
Nothing! Hi, is this my local zoologist? Yes, I'll hold. Hi, local zoologist. Yes, my name is Jane Ivana, and I'm looking for a snake that has a stinger. Yes. I'll hold. You don't have any? Alright, well, if you could look into it, you can contact me on Twitter at Jane on Twitch, that's with a 0. Anytime. Yeah, or you could catch me on my Twitch streams. I stream like once a week on twitch.tv/JaneIvana. Alright, I'll hold. Okay, thank you. Goodbye, local zoologist.
Hey everyone, it's the Snuggler. This year, Jane asked us to go quick on our outros, so I promise I'll go as fast as possible. You're just gonna put all my information on text on the screen, aren't you? Son of a...
Hey, twitch.tv/Shagget here, and I'm trapped in Barovia. I'm hiding in a dingy basement with some art, the art dingy basement, nothing like what you usually see on my webcam when I do streams on How We Roll. And I'm not hiding from Strahd, believe it or not. He's a pushy Dracula knockoff. He doesn't scare me. I'm not afraid of him. I'm actually hiding from Gorebad, my dungeon master. He's out to kill me. I think finally surviving in 10 campaigns in Arconis throughout his stories, he snapped because of it. And because of that, he's out to really kill me this time. Contact me at @neb_convos on Twitter, please. Your support will help keep me alive, keep me on the run, keep my hope alive. I really need to see what happens to Radovan, Emlyn, and Alekma, and all my other characters that I've played. I really need to see what happens to them. I'm very curious. Oh shit, I messed up. I really messed up. I think he heard me. He's coming. See ya!
Hi there, I'm Gorebad, and thank you for watching How We Roll. If you'd like to keep up with us when we're not live on Twitch, you can check out our other forms of social media. Follow us on Twitter, @HowWeRoll. You can also follow our Facebook page. You can find the website at www.howweroll.com, and you can also find us on YouTube at, you've guessed it, How We Roll, for an absolute ton of additional content. Also, you can follow the dmblog.com for some DM tips, world building guides, and all things D&D related. Cheers, guys. That was a long walk. Okay, they said Shagget was somewhere here, and the door to where he's hiding was a blue door. So we gotta find a blue door, blue door, blue door, blue door. Blue door. You're mine now, Shagget.